everybody, Basco here. Welcome back to TIS-100, a programming game. Let's check out Signal Window Filter. Oh, I no longer have a benchmark. SP didn't do this one. Interesting. He's done this one. Oh my. What does that mean? Okay, well, let's try it. What is this? Okay, so we have a couple things. Read values from in, okay. Write the sum of the last three values to out 3, and the sum of the last 5 values to this. Assume prior in values are 0. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I bring in the values. I'm going to need to keep track of 5 values for one thing, 3 values for the other, and it's a rolling total. Trying to think space-wise. So I might use memory stacks, because otherwise I could use the other code I did where I did like the something with the last 3, and do like where it tries to do that stuff over here and stuff, but I'd run out of space, I think. So if I were to get how would I do with the memory stack? Let me think. So if I go over here, throw the value on there. I want to, so if I put 11 on there, I take it out. I guess I would start with priming it with 2 additional ones, maybe. And then I would take, this is confusing, but that's the name of the game, right? Okay, let me gather my thoughts. See if I can have a rough idea of what I want to head in with, and then we'll try some stuff. Okay, I don't know if this will work. But I'm curious to see what happens. So I'm going to take a value. Yeah, I'm going to move a value from up, obviously, and then move it to the right. And then I'm going to move left to right. I was going to put it in here. I think I also want to start the system by saying, do I really want to have 4 0 move lines? Let's see what happens in this program if I move down left. And then here, if I move right to nil. If there's nothing in the stack, does this thing halt? Or does it, like, what happens to it? It probably sits there. So does this trigger ever? Go. Maybe. So I think this never triggers. Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. All right. All right. So if I take the value and I put it in, once this has stuff, I want to pull 3 things off of it. So like with each thing that triggers, I want to then send a signal over here to tell this thing, okay, I'm ready. So I guess move, -1 will be my trigger, down. Move, up, right. So this thing is just waiting for the signal to say, I put something in here. So move left to nil. I mean, really, I don't care what it is. So it could be whatever. So send a 0 down. This thing gets it from the left to say, okay, now there's something in the stack. Do something. So I feel like what I actually really need to do is this thing is going to start with pre-populating the list. Because like I don't want it to halt when there's only one thing in here. But the problem is, to do that, I would need to prime this one with 5 things. So that's lame. All right, well, we'll try it. Okay, so the first thing is I want to prime this one with 2 zeros. So we're going to, this is going to be the loop. But to actually start the game, we're going, so this is going to be jump to L. First thing we're going to do is move 0 right, move 0 right. So now there's going to be 2 zeros in there. And then the actual number. And then down here, we're going to do the same kind of thing, I think. We'll see if that causes too much space. And we'll see if actually having a loop, I guess, yeah, it's probably not. Let's just say, maybe build it with a loop. But I have a feeling that it's going to take just as long. So we'll pre-populate the bottom thing with some zeros. And then this thing is going to jump back to L. Okay, so when this thing gets a signal from here, we actually start doing stuff. So what we want to do is take all the things from here. So it's going to be zeros are in first, so they're going to come out first. So we want to move up into our hand. We want to add Wow. Yeah, I mean, I need to do something. I need to hold on to it. I can't just add, because then I'll lose the number. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so... well, let's just try and get 3s. Okay, we'll start with 3s. Not that that helps me. But what I want to do... So this thing is populated with 2 zeros and an 11. I need to add those together, but retain the last 2 I got, and then put them back. But the order is important. I need to put them back in the correct order. So I would need to put, so the first thing I get off the stack is the first 0. So I can lose that number. So that's part of the sum. So I don't need that number. That's not really true because I will need it for the sum, but we'll come back to that. So we want to move up into my hand. Save it. Then we want to move up into my hand. So this is the second number that was put in. So that was the first number was put in, and then the second number. Now I have that. We want to move that, what's in my hand, down. So we're going to put it down here. And I guess the same thing here. We're going to put this other thing down as well. Then we need to add the two together, but that's not an option. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to use these, but I just don't. I can't think of how that would work. I'm going to keep this program and then start over. Yeah. I'm going to start over. So let's think. So I could do the rolling total thing, but I'd need to keep track of 5 numbers. And then positioning wise, it would be tricky to get it all in there. Because of this stupid thing. Well, so here's the other thing I'm wondering. There's arrows that point into this. Yes, this machine was built to be used. CF09H gobbledygook, something, not just anything like a camera. Its memory still contains. Okay. I was wondering if like I passed it something, if like this would actually do something, but I feel like I don't know what that means. Okay, anyway. Because if that wasn't there, then that would make it a little bit easier. But suppose that I did a rolling total where I did 1, 2, 1, like the most recent thing, the next thing, the next thing. And then I tried to pull off the sum from down here to give to that, and then I came this way with the other 2, and then I pulled the sum and passed it all the way over. Okay, maybe. Let's look at the list. Where did I do that? It was a sequence counter, possibly. Let's look at the program once it loads. Okay, so here's what I did. Is I took the first value and I just moved it down. Here I stored it, sent it down twice. And then here I added stuff together. So that stuff we can kind of remember. And then let's go back to the other program. So it was here. Second program, I didn't actually do anything to it yet. So the actual summing stuff was in the third box. So potentially we would put it here if we wanted to do it that way. So put it here. So this was just move up, right. Move left to the thing, and then we moved it twice for some reason. So let's put that down. And then we'll see why. So start. I take the value I have and I save it. And then I take the thing above and I put it in the register. This is related to something else. Because I wanted to This was the whole length thing that was over on the other side. So I don't need that. This is trying to figure out if it is 0. So we don't really care about that. And then we want to swap the values. So we've taken the value that we get from above. So 11 comes in. 11 comes through, passes down 11. We want to move the 11, put it in the thing. And then this thing is swapping it. And then it's adding the top again. So it's going to be 11 plus 11. No, it's going to be 0 plus 11. And then jump back to the start. Okay, so suppose let's say we always want to do send. That's weird. Okay, well, why am I doing it this way? So I need to kind of do this for a bunch of stuff. It seems so simple, the puzzle. Well, I haven't made much progress, but I'm actually going to call this episode here, and then I'll come back to you guys next time and see if I am able to pull this off. I might do it in a really junky way, like not cool using stacks and stuff, but maybe just a lot of code and then actually getting it done. We'll see. But that'll be next time. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, everybody, to TIS-100. The programming game, or a programming game, I guess, is what I've been saying. So we're back to this tricky guy. I don't like any of this. So I'm going to get a value from here. I want to hold on to it, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to move it up into our hand. And then we're going to move it right. So my first goal is just to get the 3, and then I'm going to see what happens after that. So move my hand to the right. This guy gets it. And then passes it down twice. This guy is going to get it, move up into my hand. So at this point here, if I send it twice each time, the first time will be for the sum. The second time will be to change the numbers. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So the first time is for the sum. So I'm going to get the thing, pass it over for the sum. This thing is going to get the value that it's passed to it. And then it should so I guess at the beginning of its loop, it should take the value from back. It's actually stored value. So do a swap. Then it should add the thing from the left. And then move what's in your hand down. So that's saying this thing, it has 11, and then it's going to pass 11 over. This thing is going to swap, so it's taking its sum, bringing it up. Or at least it's taking, yeah, it's taking its sum, bringing it up. Does that make sense? No. We want to save our value. So at this point, suppose we had a value in our hand that was actually our number. We want to then add left to it. We want to save it so we can have it in backup. So it's 3 or 5 or whatever it is. Add left to it. And then take the value that we have, the sum, and pass it down. And then we want to swap to get our thing back. So now we actually have our regular value back in. Then this second one here is going to be for sending to replace the value. So then down here, we want to do the same thing. Save, add up. And then that's, in theory, the sum of the 3 numbers. So then we want to move that value in our hand down. And this thing's job is going to be moving it up, left, move, right, down. Okay, so 3, I think, will go in there. The second number here, this is to send the actual number over again here. So this is, we send it over. This is pass our value down that we currently have, the actual number we have. And then we want to move the value from the left into our hand. And now that's our new number. This guy here did saving it. And then adding up. Okay. And then again, so we want to do a swap. So now we have our original number back in. We want to move our number left. And then we want to move up into our hand. Okay. And then this is our 4th number. So we want to save our value. Add right. So it's going to add in the right value. And then we want to move the sum left. And then we want to swap it back. So now we are back to original value. We want to move that value to the left. And then we want to update our number. Okay. And then over here, this is our 5th number. So we save it, we get the add right, move the sum down, and then, so, okay, do we care about the rest of this at this point? No, because we're not passing it on. So we can just take the value from the right that comes through, and that's our new number. Then this thing is passing down the 5. So move up, right, move left, right, move left, down. This may or may not work at all. Unhappy and locking. Okay. So we actually got 3 right. That's cool. What is locking? What is locked up right now? So this guy is trying to move the thing to the right. This guy's trying to move the thing down. This guy is trying to move the thing down. This one's currently stuck on move left, down. Okay. This one's on move left, right. This guy's on move up, right. Okay. This guy is on add right. Add right. Interesting. So this guy's trying to send it down, but it's waiting on all of these, which is trying to get the value this direction. Okay, so let's look at this. So if we, the other options, we can actually pass it through here if we needed to, which could work actually, because then we don't have to worry about locking here. But can we adjust this at all to not do that? Maybe, possibly. So it's trying to take. Pass that through. Yeah, because this is a little bit slower. And so it's not really. But that wouldn't help me because this thing here we need to get to here. And then this thing here we need to get to here. Huh. Okay. Well, besides that part, it works pretty well. I guess I can... no, it's still going to lock if I do that. Darn it. Oh, I was so close. Okay, so let's think about this. If I... Yeah, the problem is they need to pass through each other with the way I have it set up. I mean, so I could potentially do 1, 2, 3, and it's going to pass the sum. Well, okay, wait, think about this. So I'm getting the sum. I'm passing it down to be the 3, but I really need to pass it also left. Aha, maybe that's the problem. Okay. So I have the sum, which is for 3, but I need to also get that over there. So really, I could move the sum left. I don't need this anymore. This thing gets the sum, which is this. Or add right, I see. Yeah, okay, but if I were to get it, I could send it twice. Sure, why not, right? So I'm going to send the sum twice. So the first time I send it, I'm just going to say move right down. And then after that, I'm going to do the regular stuff where I add it in and whatever. So this thing needs to be listening for not right down, but up down. And then we'll see if this locks up again. We'll see. Oh my goodness. So this thing has the sum for 3, which it uses here for calculating the 5 one. But I can also just throw it down at the same time. Not too shabby. So then I don't have any comparison because SP didn't do this one, it seems. So once this thing catches up. So I don't have cool graphs for some reason. But I did pretty good. Look at that. Pretty cool. And actually this ended up not being as long. So I'm actually, this is already tacked on to the previous episode. Or the same episode, I guess, for this whole puzzle. Because I thought it was going to take me a lot longer. So, anyways, so thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.